myself, Dr. S. Riyan Ahmed, a working as assistant professor in one of the government college in Kolkata, and I have an experience of more than 12 years in different college and universities as a faculty. Well, today is a topic, a quote from a lab coat. Uh, in my entire session, we will discuss basically how we evolve, or you can say how we are compelled to use, or what are the benefit, you can say. Initially we'll come to know in a few slide, what are the privilege, what are the requirement, what we do in a weight lab, and in later some slide we will discuss about what are the requirement and privilege and application regarding the weight lab. And the third quarter, or you can third ending of my slide, we will discuss about the comparative, the comparative session, you can say. We will compare the benefit of the weight lab and the dry lab. And by the end of the slide, we will try to conclude on our this session. Especially I am talking about my presentation so far. As the heading, as the heading it tells us, we are basically, we move from a weight lab, if weight lab, to a basically dry lab. I hope most of you are a student, having different backgrounds, and you don't know what are the difficulties. Basically, we the faculties or the student, as a student, we face the challenge when you are working in a college. um, you may be from different state, or you may be from different countries, but wherever you are, you may be either from India or from abroad, but more or less, the infrastructure to conduct in a good research is not available everywhere, whether it's India or any other country. I know, because to perform some good research, you must have some good devices. You must have a well developed research. And as far as concerned about the well developed research, means what? Means you must have a lot of equipment, a lot of devices to perform in a different research. And in our country, and as well as I know other countries, it is available, but in very premier institute, in very renowned institute. Suppose if you go like in a good colleges or the IIT, there only you will get a well developed lab. But when you are doing a research in average colleges or below the average college, you won't get a good lab to perform the research work. So there is some problem. The basic problem is this, I'm talking this is the basic problem. When you are going to perform a research, you won't get a well developed lab. But as a researcher, we have to perform that lab. We have to perform the research. Am I audible clearly now?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, let's say, as I told you in the previous first slide, we will have a discuss about the basically weight lab. And let me introduce about the weight lab. I don't know, there may be some student who really started their biological career, or they may be in a graduate or the postgraduate level. So they should know everything. They should know everything, basically the basics of the weight lab and the requirement of the weight lab, the applications of weight lab. And then you should know very well the basics of dry lab and the requirement of dry lab and application of dry lab. When you know these all now, then only you can compare, and you can say which one is a better. Before knowing or without knowing, it's a better, you can say. Without knowing exactly what are the weight labs and what are the dry lab, you can't compare. So let's have some slide over the weight lab. But this is basically what we do in the weight lab. This is a fact. Uh, we need a weight lab. This is true. This is true. We need a weight lab. Whatever we do in the dry lab, but ultimate we need a weight lab. But my concern is that the weight lab, a well developed weight lab, is not available everywhere. Okay. So you all are supposed to started your career. You're trying to do the MSc. You're trying to do the PhD. But I'm sure ki you all will not get a chance to get admission in IITs or AIMS or a very premium institute. So my concern is that if you not get a chance to admit, if not get a chance to study in a premium institute, either IITs or the AIMS or the very like a DU, JNU or other, then what you will do? Then what you will do? Because my the perception is that, or you can say it's a clear cut, you can say it's a you can take say, it's a open, everyone know that the develop lab is only available in limited institution. So we have to think an alternative, because we have to perform. In case of like you can say people like us who are really having into to do some work but not get the well developed lab, then what will it do? Definitely, yes, there is a scope to conduct the research. And when you really want to do some good work, so I think dry lab is one of the best options for you to conduct the research. So let's have a small, a slide over this, so that you, by the end of the session, you can come to know basically why you need to go for the dry lab.